Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Success Spotlight today from Mailbox Power. My name is Wendy McGee, and I am the Director of Client Relations. And I am so excited to be joined today by Bob Wilcox. He is a marketing guru, and he is going to share how he loves Mailbox Power, how he's using it, and tell us a little bit about his story. So, welcome, Bob, and thank you for letting me interview you today.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Awesome. I'm so excited. So I want to know more about you. We've talked on, you've been on calls with me. I've gotten to know you a little bit through the, affiliate program in our company, but I don't know a lot about your background. You did send me some, great information for our call, but I would love to have you tell the audience a little bit about who you are, what you've done in your life, your experience in business, just anything that you'd like to share.
Well, how long is this program? There are lots of interesting things. Well, you had mentioned something about me in terms of what do I like to do, vacation, and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So a couple of things. Um, you asked if I had a favorite place to go for a vacation. Well, the answer is no. I don't have a favorite place to go, but I do have a favorite style of vacation,
Oh,
and that
okay.
favorite style is doing nothing.
I love that. You can do nothing in a lot of beautiful places,
Yes,
can't you?
you can. The last time we took a cruise somewhere, I didn't get off the boat.
I love that.
We
I
we were on there 7 days, and of course, morning would come, everybody would stampede off the boat to go do this, that, and the other thing. I have the whole boat to myself.
yes.
I
Oh my
can sleep
goodness.
anywhere I want. I can eat anywhere I want. I can swim anytime I want. I got the whole boat to myself. Why would I leave the boat?
Why would I leave? Oh, you're my kind of vacationer. I like that. Like you're smart, and you were for sure able to get like a pool chair for sure on those
Oh
days.
yeah,
Yes.
because everybody else was off, chasing turtles.
Yes, as fast as they could go, because that is how it is on a cruise, isn't it? It's literally
Yeah,
like everyone is like running off the boat, and then they're trying to get back on the boat. Oh, I love that. I think that's awesome.
I vacation very seriously.
Well,
Pretty
tell
much just eat and sleep.
yes, I love that. I love that. I think that's a very those are what we all want to do on vacation. Otherwise, it's just a lot of work, and then you need a vacation from your vacation when you come home. So,
Absolutely.
well,
We used to say that it takes a week to plan a vacation, 2 weeks to go, 3 weeks to recover, and 4 weeks to pay for it.
oh my gosh. And then add another couple weeks for like mental, rejuvenation if you take your kids, because
Yeah,
then that's a whole nother thing. But well,
absolutely.
that is awesome. Well, Bob, tell me a little bit about your history in business. Like what have you done in your life? And then up to what do you do right now? Tell us a
Okay.
little bit more about that.
Well, first of all, you must understand that technically speaking, I'm retired.
Love.
Okay.
Okay.
During the last part of my professional career, I was a multimedia producer. My team and I created web-based training programs and animated explainer videos that worked with the company that I was with and explained how their products worked, how their software worked, and so on. And it was a really good thing. I worked closely with the company executives, and the highlight of that career occurred in 2006 when I had the opportunity to be the master of ceremonies with a symphony orchestra at a company user conference in Las Vegas. It was a hoot. It
Oh
was a
my,
really wonderful experience. So when I
what
retired in 2016, I knew how important it was to stay busy, to keep going with something. The truth of it is, if you retire and do nothing, you die. And
yes.
as Jim Rohn would say, I didn't sign up for that class.
Yes, I loved how you put that in your questionnaire. You're like, not going there. That is
I'm
not
not going there. But that means you have to have a focus. You have to have something that's going on to stimulate your mind, to keep your body active, to keep moving forward. And I had been using a card sending service for years.
okay.
Acknowledging people, thanking people, staying in touch with people has always been a high value for me. So when I retired, I wondered, can I learn to be a business person? Because truthfully, I was always a techie. I was the guy behind the computer screen,
Right.
learning
Okay.
to type on the keyboard, all that kind of stuff. I love to do that. But could I learn to sell? Could I learn to be an entrepreneur or a business person? That was the challenge. And I thought, well, okay, well, let's find out.
Find out. I love that. I love that you like looked at, what do I want to do now? What could I focus on? And helping business owners to to probably use some of the kinds of tools that you were creating in your career.
Mhm.
But now going into, we'll talk in a minute about Mailbox Power, but could I do that? And it sounds like you've been able to do that. And I know you have some amazing, amazing success with this. And I'm going to ask you about maybe your biggest success in a minute. But
Okay.
how did you get interested in direct mail marketing? Like you said that you came from another company that had done a little bit of that, but really helping business owners. What was exciting to you about that, or kind of sparked your interest?
Well, initially, what brought me to the company was the fact that I enjoy the creative side of it. I enjoy creating cards and creating messages and what have you. That's a part of who I am. And so this was an outlet for that, you know.
Yes,
So that was how I first got into it. I wasn't interested in direct mail marketing per se, but I was interested in a system that would permit me to continue to exercise my creative side, and that's really what drew me to this in the first place. And it's only since I've been a part of it that I've come to embrace and understand the power of direct mail marketing and relationship marketing, all that kind of stuff for business people. And I feel that's something I can champion.
well, I know that you have a lot of Mailbox Power users that you help, a lot of members that you help. I've seen some of your campaigns, some of your projects. One that I loved, you sent out during COVID. Do you
Mhm.
want to tell us about that one? That it was a really cool one.
Well, that was kind of interesting. I almost did it as a joke. Um, it was, and it's been long enough now. I don't quite remember, but there's the social. I can't say this. Social isolation survival kit,
Yes, that's what it was called. Yes, yes.
and
Social isolation
and it was
survival.
a card and some brownies, and it came in a personalized box. And the whole idea was to that this was something that people could send out to remind people they're still in business, even though we're isolated from each other. We're still in business, and I'm here to help you and what have you. And I had no idea what kind of a hit it would be. I just put it in the design store and let people go with it. Apparently, a lot of people used that
A lot of
to
people use.
reach out to their clients, and that was wonderful. That was a plus.
Well, what a relatable product, like what or design for you to put together. Like people literally not able to have any relationships, no face to face. We're all like, stuck in our homes or basically avoiding everyone and to get something like that from a company. Talk about really helping someone to stand out from everybody else because we weren't getting anything from anyone else. And when I came into the company, I think that was one of the very first, probably in the first 5 or 10 projects that I saw, that I was like, oh my gosh, that's so creative. Who came up with that? Like, what a great marketing piece. And I was just talking with another one of our affiliates earlier today, and he was mentioning how, we have all of these amazing tools with Mailbox Power to automate sending, to, send different kinds of gifts and postcards, all of the things that we do. But coming up with the wording and the actual marketing pieces and the design can be a real stopper for, it can be a barrier for a new client. I mean, if I'm a new business owner and I'm not creative like you are, Bob, I'm going to go in there and go, what should I send? I don't know what to send.
That's
So,
right. It is a bit of a challenge for folks that aren't used to doing this, and that's why with my clients, I try to make sure that let me help you create some of the cards and messages that you want to send out. Right now, I'm working with a chiropractic firm, and we're developing a series of postcards that they're mailing out to their community, the surrounding their community, to just inform people that they're there and what have you. And they're a series of simple postcards that they're going to be sending one a month to generate business from their surrounding community. And so I'm
everybody
helping them with the
watching this
design
is
and
going to be
messaging.
like, how can I get Bob to help me? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just sitting there thinking, everyone watching this that's a business owner looking at Mailbox Power is going to be going, wait, I need Bob to help me take it from this is a great idea for my company to actually like getting it out there. And there are in Mailbox Power so many beautiful templates and designs, a lot of them that have been contributed by, you know, amazing
Oh
affiliates
yeah,
like Bob. But what a service like you're offering. And
yeah,
this is your business. This is your business.
yes it is, yes it is, and it's important that my customers are successful with it. So if they have the creative skills and the marketing expertise to go out and do this on their own, I'll turn them loose and let them go. But for the most part, my clients what do I do? And so I'm willing to help them get that started. And to me, it's an investment in my client to make sure that they have something that they can use and something that's going to speak to their particular industry.
I love that. So, Bob, if I met you in an elevator and you knew I was going to ask you this question, but if I
Yeah.
didn't know you and you didn't know me and we got stuck in an elevator for 30, 60 seconds, tell me what you would say to me. I'm a business owner. I'm obviously have the same problem every business owner has, right? I want to find new clients. I want to have better customer retention. I want to increase my business, grow my business. What would you say to me?
Well, Wendy, what I do is I help entrepreneurs and independent business professionals target their ideal prospects, keep the clients they already have, and gather better referrals. So when can I show you more?
I love it. So, like, I know you've said that lots and lots of times because you had that really good. But that's so true. Like that answered several of pain points of a business owner right there. And then I love the end. When can I help you? When can we sit
Yeah.
down and I can show you this amazing tool? And so,
Well,
Bob,
you have to ask for the close. You have to ask for
you
action.
do. You
Yeah.
have to have a call to action, right? You have to ask for the close. So true. So true. Okay, so tell me, you've helped a lot of businesses. You have a lot of users with Mailbox Power. Tell me, do you have a favorite story of someone who came to you, had a problem, and you were able to help them with Mailbox Power, and they had some significant, like measurable success with it? What's maybe your favorite success story you could share?
Uh, there are several. The first one that comes to mind is a friend of mine who's an architect, a client of mine. And he was concerned one day. He had met somebody, about 6 months prior, that he thought he could do business with. But, life gets in the way sometimes, and they just lost contact with each other. He said, I really would love to get back in touch with this person. I said, here's what you need to do. You need to create a nice card that it says that, I would love to be back in contact with you. I think we can do business together. And I, would love to have a chance to speak with you again. And I said, oh, and then sweeten it up, put a couple of brownies with it. So it comes in a box. People will always open a box.
Always open a box.
Always open a box. And
Yes.
so that's what he did. He created the card and sent the brownies out, and what have you. And it wasn't too long after that that the person he was speaking with called him and said, hey, let's get together and then talk. And he came away from that conversation with 2 contracts for architectural work.
Oh,
Now that was the
awesome.
most immediate thing that happened. Sometimes it
Right?
takes a lot longer than that to develop relationships and develop a business. But the point of it was such an immediate impact. It was really kind of amazing. But it shows the effect when people get something that's tangible in the mail, in a box, so they will always open the box. But it eliminated that barrier of time between the time they
Mhm.
first talked till the time they wanted to talk together. It just sort of brought all that back together, and they could resume that relationship and develop the relationship they needed for business. And it's a very powerful thing. In another story, I have a roofer here in town, a young woman who's running a roofing business, and she's having a great success with the nearest neighbor function. Uh,
Okay, tell us about that. Yes,
yeah,
tell us
well,
about
what happens is when she schedules somebody to do their roof, she immediately sends out the nearest neighbor campaign, which reaches out not to the client but to the 5 nearest
it.
persons around the client, and basically says, "Hey, we're going to be doing the Wilcox family roof on such and such a date. Can we stop by and examine your roof for free while we're here?" And so they send that out. So it's sort of like an introduction. So when they get to the location, they already have this introduction to the people around their client, and it just makes it that much easier for them to continue the conversation with these other folks who may become clients as well. So then she's using that with great effect.
Okay, that is a very, very popular part of Mailbox Power, that nearest neighbor,
Hmm.
for so many different kinds of businesses, just like you said. I love that she's, utilizing that, especially I think with home repair and landscaping and all those, you kind of think of it, but if
Yeah.
even if you were in the beauty industry or the insurance industry or real estate, like it really could apply to anyone. But I love that. I love that. And I think, Bob, what's so awesome is because you are right there with the business owner going, okay, what is it that you're wanting to achieve? You want, these particular goals in mind. And then you're so familiar with of course, with your background in marketing and your background in creating these things, and you're already this creative person. I think that just is like the whole package for Mailbox Power. Like then it's, you're basically saying, hey, listen, I'm gonna make sure that we send out the right thing and that we're targeting the right people and that we're helping you. Just like you said in your elevator pitch, you're doing all of those things. So
Yes,
I love
sure.
that. Okay, so tell me, what is your favorite Mailbox Power feature? Maybe not product, but what's your favorite feature that we offer?
There are so many. It's hard to pick a favorite. But I'll tell you, the thing that's most important to me is that Mailbox Power gives me the ability to respond to a client or a prospect immediately.
Love.
Um,
Okay.
that instant response. Um, I have my Mailbox Power account integrated with HubSpot, which is my CRM.
Okay. Okay.
And so I can deal with people in HubSpot, keeping track of my clients and prospects and what have you, but I can trigger cards instantly from HubSpot.
Oh, I love that.
So, well, let me give you an example. When I used to go out and call on people in their offices, and I don't do that much anymore, but when I did, um, it was important to me that I immediately send them a thank you card because they've given me their most important thing, and that's their time.
Yes.
And that needs to be rewarded and acknowledged. So my rule was I couldn't move my car until I sent a thank you card.
Love. Okay. That's awesome.
That was my rule. So I get back to my car, pull out my phone, pull up my Mailbox Power account, find my client because I've already got them in there. I have a thank you card already prepared, a campaign automation that has a thank you card and couple of brownies and what have you. So I just find my client, assign them to that campaign, and I'm done. Now I can move them on immediately to my next client
Mm-hmm.
and so on. Now, about 3 days later, here's where the magic happens. About 3 days later, they get the box.
Yep.
Now, the thing of it is, in 3 days' time, they have forgotten me.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm totally out of their mind. So this
Yeah.
box arrives on their desk, and they, well, what, what is this?
Who is this from? What
Yeah,
am I doing? Yeah.
and they're going to open the box. They have to find out what's in there. Well, in there is this nice card. It says thank you. It's personalized with their name on it. Thank you for your time, so and so. I really enjoyed talking with you. I hope we can find time to do business together. I want to get together again with you soon. And oh, by the way, enjoy the brownies. Oh, and it has the magic phrase: "Call me when you get this." I want to make sure you got your gift. All
Yes.
right.
I want to make sure you got it. Fortunes
No,
in the follow up.
it's not that I want to be sure they got it. I want another opportunity to talk to them. All
Yes.
right. If they
Yes.
don't call me, I call them. But the
Yeah.
point of it is to continue the conversation.
Mhm.
Sales don't happen at once. Sales take time to develop. If you have to develop a relationship with somebody.
Yes.
So, I call them and say, "Hey, how'd you like the brownies? Were they good?" And yeah, they're good. They're good. They're good. And I say, "Hey, let's get together for coffee." You know, offer another opportunity to speak. Yeah, we have another opportunity to have coffee. Guess what? After happens after coffee, they get another card. Thanks for the coffee.
Thanks for the
But it's a way of keeping the conversation going because sales happen between the seventh and 12th touch
Yes.
most of the time. So this is just one more way you phone calls and emails and what have you. The one more way of staying in touch with somebody and moving the relationship along
Hmm.
until you develop a relationship where they say, I think I can use your service. That's the whole idea. So to me, it's important. So with my Mailbox Power account connected with HubSpot, my CRM, I can trigger thank you cards. I can trigger thank you for referrals. I've got the place where I can put say I want to send a referral card, but I put in the name that they referred, and so those names are automatically transferred to the card. So it acknowledges the person that they referred. And my policy with thank you for referrals is um, every referral gets a thank you. They get a Reese's brownie
Okay.
and and
Yeah.
the card. the card says, "Have I told you recently how much I appreciate your referral?"
Mhm. Mhm. I love
And what have you. But every referral gets a card, whether it produces anything or not. Every referral gets a card because you want to reward the
it.
behavior you want repeated. And if
Yes.
you want people sending you referrals, then you have to reward the fact that they sent you a referral. Now, if the referral turns into business, they get another thank you card
Yes. Yes.
because it was business. But all these things can be triggered right out of HubSpot.
I
When
love that because Mailbox Power can integrate with your CRM like it's, working for Bob. That's huge. And it makes it so easy. Like you said, you're sitting in your car, you haven't even left the restaurant where you met them or wherever you met and you do that before you
Oh
even
yeah, before I even go, I keep track of over here on the side. People talk about business cards. I collect business cards. All right,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
keep track of all of them because they go right into my HubSpot. And as soon as they go into my HubSpot, guess what? They get a nice to meet
Take
you
it.
card.
Yes.
So
It's
it's
so
this
fun.
process of constantly staying in touch with somebody and reminding them who you are, what you're about, and just being nice to them.
Yep.
And
Building
it
those relationships and because
absolutely,
people feel very I think for me and especially in the world of digital receipts and texts that come to you and everything is so like I don't even know what the word is. There's no human contact at all, right? No, you don't feel a connection. You don't feel like anybody spent any time. But the first time that I received some cards in Mailbox Power, I just barely come, to join the corporate team. And I can't believe how excited I was. I was like, I haven't gotten a card that wasn't like a bill in pricing's my birthday, right? And so, all of a sudden I'm getting cards and gifts in the mail, and then I'm starting to send them. And I had it wasn't yesterday, maybe Saturday, I got a little message from someone that I hadn't talked to in a long time. And she said, "Thank you so much for remembering my birthday. I've been following your journey on social media. I hope you're doing well." And so I immediately was, "Oh my goodness, she's on my birthday list." That went out, which is another exciting thing about Mailbox Power is being able to automate that very personal sending so that the business owner can set it up and then it comes to you. But I really love, Bob, how you have focused, your business and the services that you offer. You're a marketing guru for them. You're their marketing, you're their secret weapon to get their phone to ring, to get people to notice them, to get people to remember them. Because when something comes in the mail, just like you said, you open the box and then you've got their undivided attention for, several seconds, if not a couple of minutes of time that they're going to go, "Oh, that's right. I met Bob. This is so nice. Oh my goodness. I remember him." And then, all of the things that follow as you build that relationship.
what I found is that many business people they seem to not be aware of the fact that the branding is their most important thing. But that's not branding of their product. It's not the branding of their company. It's their personal brand.
Agreed. Yes.
And that's so very very important. One of my mantras over the years, this is kind of on the side, but is in order to use it, sell a technology, you have to use the technology to sell the
Yep.
technology.
Yep.
Right? I learned that a long time ago when somebody tried to sell me a color printer and they were using overhead black and white gels to do
And you're
it.
like, what are you? Well, I've heard that too as eat your own dog food, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I use a lot of postcards. And I find that the postcards are really the best way to introduce myself to a targeted audience. Now, when I go out with a group of people, I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but I have a little business card I hand out here that
I can see it. Bob's Birthday Club.
yeah,
Yes.
all right. And on the back of the card is the form that they can fill out right on the spot and hand it back to me. And so I invite them to join my birthday club. Now, what does that do? That gives me their name and address.
Mhm. Yes.
That's what it does. And so they're part of my birthday club. And the value for the birthday club for me is not the birthday card itself. It's the half birthday card that comes in mid-year because
Oh, yes.
they
Yes.
don't expect that. And
No
so
one
it
does.
comes as a surprise. And anytime you can create a surprise or a moment of delight in somebody's life, you create a bond between the sender and the recipient.
Oh, a
And
thousand percent.
it's
Yes.
the creation of that bond that begins to make you a known product to them. It's building your personal brand. Now, I also send out a lot of uh, postcards. I have two cam automations that I send out every month. One is a automation of cartoons.
Oh,
I I borrow cartoons off the internet
okay.
and put them on a postcard. And there's no message, there's no marketing involved except to say, I thought this was funny. Hope you enjoy it and what have you. And that and gee,
Love. Okay.
but but
Yes.
every month that goes out, and what that's doing is it's reminding people who I am,
Yep.
what I do,
Mhm.
and gives them a smile in their life. Now, that's beginning to burn me into their memories. And over the
Mhm.
past year, I've gotten several referrals from people who said, "Oh, you need to talk to Bob."
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I'm reminding them every month of who I am and what I do.
You
I do
do.
the same thing with, I use a campaign for recipes. And
Yes.
we have several recipe campaigns. These are wonderful. People look forward to those.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. I've heard
Um,
that so many times. The recipe campaigns, I they love that. And I loved what you said about just well, keeping you top of mind, they remember you. But I
mhm,
love that you send things that have no you're not expecting really anything from them. You just want to you just want to connect with them. You just want to build the relationship. And so fun. Like you said something else that I loved about how much joy, there's so much joy in being the giver, right? It's so much more
mhm,
fun to give than receive, which we all hear all the time. But that really is true. And I get super excited when I know that I've got, some different gifts going out, or even if I've started a new automation and I'm looking forward to, that text of, hey, I got your brownies, or hey, I got the popcorn. I'm so excited to do the movie night with my husband. Thanks for thinking of me. And I so there's a it's a win-win for business owners, and it also, like you said, it keeps you top of mind, which is something that we say a lot in Mailbox Power. So it's and I don't know about you, Bob, and I'm sure you feel this way, but the older that I get, relationships have always been so important in my life, but they literally are the most important thing in my life. Like I look at relationships in my life and in business of I want to just have the relationship. And I know that those do turn into sales and those do turn into, income. But if you go into it with the thought of, you know what, I just want to build a relationship with this person. I'd like to just get to know them. I'd love to I want them to smile when they open that
mhm.
half birthday card and it's from Bob and they're like, I didn't expect that. That was so nice. And I love all of that. So Bob, let me ask you, this is our last question, but what would you tell fellow business owners about maybe like your why they should consider doing direct mail? You've shared that the whole time, but maybe is there like a final thought that you would say, hey, if you're looking at ways, maybe they don't have a very big marketing budget, or maybe they're looking at ways to support their other marketing, what would you tell them?
Oh boy. Uh, Without throwing up on them, which can happen pretty easily because there's so much I want to tell them. Primarily, it's a matter of it's their time. Their time is so valuable, you can't waste it. So
Yeah,
you need to automate things. You need to automate that. And people say all the time, "Oh, I love my handwritten cards." I say, "Yeah, but how much time does it take you to do it?"
yeah.
Right? Um, the handwritten cards, well, I never denigrate that. That's wonderful stuff. But if you're spending a lot of time writing handwritten cards, or in most cases, not writing handwritten cards because
Mhm.
you just don't get around to it,
Yes.
um, you need the automation to make this work, more efficiency. The flexibility we have with Mailbox Power to create and modify and change and design for our own purposes is wonderful. It's very cost effective. Brand awareness, just making people aware of who you are. These are the important things you really need to keep track of. And it's a lot of folks just don't quite get this up front. To be honest with you, it takes some nurturing and some um, some time to help them understand why this is so important to them.
Yes.
Because they're so focused on the sale, they're so focused on the next sale, the sale, the sale, the sale. They forget that in the long term, there's something out there. I when I talk to realtors, I love talking to realtors. Um, Most realtors don't understand that, especially in the market that I'm in,
Mm.
that in the next 7 to 10 years, that the people that bought that house from you are going to be buying another one.
Yep.
That's the way
Yep.
our market works. And I keep
Yes.
telling them, you've got to keep in touch with these people because there are two more sales out there for you. Two more.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yep.
you're
Yep.
gonna help that client sell their home, and then you're gonna help them buy a new one. But
Yep.
that won't happen unless you stay in touch with them. And the
Nurture
truth of
that
it is,
relationship,
you
like
know,
you said.
I have
Yes.
no idea who my realtor is. I've never heard from
Well,
him from the day we bought
we
our
need
house.
that realtor. That's like, no, you exactly. Right? So
Hmm.
then you think, I mean, if you had an amazing experience, then you might go back to them. But if you've had, every few months you've heard from them all along the way for 7 to 10 years, like you said, you're absolutely coming back to them. Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah,
Bob.
yeah.
I hear from Bob all the time. Bob sent me this. And I like to reward effort. I love to see all of the, I get to see everything that comes through Mailbox Power. I walk downstairs sometimes and just walk around and see all the cool projects and different things that people are sending. And I think that all the time. I'm like, that is doing that extra percent to win my business. That is doing just a little bit more to win the relationship with me. Like, I like that. And I like to support people that are, working their businesses and that are trying to grow. And if I can, I will. And I love that that's what Mailbox Power helps you do. And I love, Bob, that you are teaching people that this isn't just a sign up for a Mailbox Power account and send out one campaign and then be done with it. This is a tool that you need in your, tool pack or tool toolbox. Thank you. For your business, that is just as important as your email marketing strategies or your Facebook ads or other things, maybe even more and more
Perhaps,
effective.
perhaps it's a matter of helping your prospects and your clients understand that mailbox power is not an expense;
Yes.
it's an investment.
Investment. Love
An
that. Love that.
investment in your clients. And if you will invest in your clients and in the relationship you have with your clients will give you dividends far beyond what you expect.
Oh, that is so great. I'm going to end it on that, Bob. I don't know what else we could tell him. That was amazing. So thank you so much for being my guest. Thank you for
Well, it's been
sharing
my pleasure.
time today. You're awesome. So we just encourage you to, take a look at your business and see if Mailbox Power might be that secret, sauce that you need to add to help your customers to really feel that love from you and to nurture those relationships and to just grow your business. So thank you, Bob. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining us today.
All right. Bye bye.
Alrighty, bye-bye.